taking over, that's a promise, not a threat.
Uppercut season off top, you stop breathing.
Yeah, what's good, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Real Talk, where as always, if shit's real, we talk about it. I'm your host for tonight, Pat Scoper, the New England representative, and as always, I got my man with me. I'm letting him introduce himself.
Yo, what it do? It's Shuttleworth the God, aka LB, Lauderdale boss, GOAT artist, Soul Wars creator, RingGangRadio.com in the building, Ring Gang Awards edition.
Yes, sir, man. Ring Gang Awards, man. I love this time of the year, man. Just, go a little summary of everything that's going down the past year for boxing, and it was a good year for damn sure. But Ring Gang forever and always. And as always, I got my other man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Hey yo, what's good, y'all? You know who this is? Your boy King P, Bodega Boxing, back in the building, rising from the dead like the Undertaker. You know what I'm saying? Hey. Let's get it. Ring Gang Radio all day.
Yeah, King P, Bodega P.
Nigga, you was going 1 week.
Was it?
Yeah, but still, like, I'm back.
And didn't you surprise edition niggas now? Like, hold on, like it ain't impactful when you do it like that. You know what I mean?
I was gone a week, but that's a week without me. You can't go a week without the Bodega boy. You know what I'm saying? It was under construction. You know what I'm saying? So, but back for now.
Yes, sir. Back from his journey and whatnot. So as always, man, it's good to have him on there. I know he wasn't fighting no rats or anything like that. It was just there's bigger things he was dealing with. But that's all right though. You'll be back.
I'm the one fighting rats, nigga.
Yeah, that's facts too.
And I'm pumping that jab.
That was a nice jab.
I'm shoulder rolling, moving the head. I mean, fuck a rat.
You gave the rat a whole bunch of looks, and the rat couldn't adjust to your jabbing. It just stood there like a mummy.
Rat won't move his head, so I'm gonna move it for him.
Facts. Oh shit! And then last,
if y'all want to get the reference, and if y'all get the reference, if you don't get the reference, then that means you're not following us on Twitter or Instagram or none of that shit.
Right?
Put a clip of the cartoon up.
Yeah, and that put it everywhere. The clip is on the YouTube. It will be on our TikTok. It's on Twitter. It's on Instagram. All that. So yeah, definitely look out for that. And last but certainly not least, I got my other man with me. I'm letting him introduce himself.
It was fly. It's your boy Conscious Pilot, aka the West Coast Avenger, #1 contender, preparing for liftoff. Destination Ring Gang Radio. Let's fly. Let's get it.
Hey, that's what it is, man. Conscious Pilot stays elevated above the clouds. You dig? So yeah, man. It's good to have have all four of us back on there again, man. And of course back in time, to drop our opinions on the awards and everything like that. And I'm gonna let my man LB lead that little discussion, man. So LB, man, take it away.
I mean, you know how it is every year, since 2018, we've been dropping the Ring Gang Awards, and
yes, sir.
It's a little standard award showcase for everyone, what they've been doing in boxing. Then we put our little flavor on it. So so this year we just gonna start off with the fighter of the year, and it seems like everyone's in agreement that it's Canelo.
Yes, one Saul Canelo Alvarez. Yes.
So people who be like, man, Ring Gang be hating Canelo, then this is the shut the fuck up.
You know what I'm saying? Like we may not like his character or the fact that he wears pajamas to boxing events and wears shades and when it's clearly dark outside, but he did what he did this year, and we have to put respect on it. So
he only gets it because everyone else did so little.
Yeah, that's also true. 4 times.
I mean, he was undisputed. He got all the belts. He beat good fighters. I have no problem.
He took zeros and got the belts. Wasn't it 3 times?
He beat solid fighters. Like this is the thing. Look, if Fulton would have clearly beat Figueroa, then he would have been my pick for fighter of the year.
Yes, sir.
If Figueroa would have got the decision over Fulton, then Figueroa would have been my pick for fighter of the year. Because I rank Neary and Fulton higher than Plant and Saunders.
Fair enough.
But since Fulton I didn't think he won against Figueroa. It's hard for me to vote for him fighter of the year. Canelo has 3 wins. One's against career mode, but then one's a solid win against Saunders, who he stopped and pretty much retired, and another one is with Plant, who was a little more competitive, but he still stopped brutally. So everybody usually just got one good fight, but Canelo has like 2.5. So he's clearly the winner. Whether you like him or not.
Yeah, and one thing that people can definitely do, if you want to be fighter of the year, like if you're not fighting, if you're not fighting your most significant fight in this year, and then at least get another fight in, then you got to be more active. Canelo did 3 fights this year, man. Like, more people on the pound for pound list should be on that level at least, unless you had at least one hard fight. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So it's clearly it's nothing really up to the dispute.
Yeah.
Canelo clearly the fighter of the year, but a few people could have made it closer, but nah, you really can't give it to no one else because there's some better wins, but no one doesn't have 2 good wins like that.
Right. Yeah. The activity just isn't there.
Yeah. So next we have trainer of the year, and I think that's where now we start, everybody starts switching up and doing their own thing now.
Yeah, I wanted to say, I picked Sugar Hill. I wanted to say Reynoso, but the one thing I couldn't really ignore from Reynoso was the fact that PED scandal was too fucking much for me to ignore, and Reynoso was kind of like, okay, you know what I'm saying? So. Yeah,
I couldn't vote for Reynoso.
Yeah, because I was like,
I begrudgingly had to give it to him, but it wasn't like I wanted to.
Yeah, same.
Too much super soldier shit going on, and then it's like only one person really looked good from your camp. Like everyone else kind of struggled or had issues. Like Andy Ruiz was going life and death with Areola. Fucking Ryan Garcia, put the whole division on hold since January 4th or whatnot.
And then Julio Cesar Martinez wasn't really active like he should be.
He didn't really do much. Oscar Valdez had a good win if he would have just chilled, but
he struggled. But people say
struggled the second fight
against
and
Robbery.
He had the drug thing, and Luis Neri, was one and done in that camp.
Yeah, so it's like with all that said, that don't sound like a trainer of the year to me.
Right.
You just had you got one student that was bringing home A's, and everybody else kind of C+ their way up.
Yeah.
And then you got born ass Frank Sanchez over there, so you can't.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't.
Frank Sanchez would have scored some KOs for me to overlook everything else.
The funny thing is, I think he did, but he was kind of switch slicing too much before he did the KO.
He ain't scored on KOs when it counted, not in the Ajagba fight.
Yeah. At least that fight I didn't hold it against him, but the other Hammer fight though, I'm like, nah, bro. I
hold all of that shit against him because it's not like Ajagba was on a tear, fighting the best fight of his life that night. He was fighting a version where he could have really opened up and did more.
Yeah, he could.
It's like trying to compare the David Tua that fought Chris Bird and compare the David Tua to the David Tua that fought Robin the second time.
Right. Yeah.
It's 2 different efforts, 2 different David Tuas.
Right. So and that's the reason why I gave it to Sugar, because Sugar Hill pretty much was front and center, with one of the biggest victories and one of the biggest fights of this actual year.
And they also trained one of the best prospects out there, Nico Ali Walsh.
Nigga, see, now you just, nigga, I wasn't trying to.
I'm taking that as sarcasm. So
that was the infamy take for the day. All right, so Pat got Sugar Hill. King P got Reynoso. Constance, who did you have?
Reynoso as well.
Jesus Christ, nigga.
Kind of had.
I got Ben Davidson. Fuck all that.
Oh, Josh Taylor. Yeah.
No. Josh Taylor went over Jose Ramirez's one, but y'all under fucking rating the goddamn Lee Wood upset KO over Zucan.
Yeah, and that
Damn, good shit. That's good call.
That was good shit.
Yeah, LB called, but
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I can see that because Ben Davison, like I said, I mean, he basically came out of nowhere, and he's like now, I mean, he's building a good.
And then just being in Haney's corner for 2 fights, like Davison, I think is up there. I think he's training the year. It's just the wins he have. They not the marquee. They're marquee wins, honestly, but they're not from superstars.
Right? Yeah, like Taylor and Lee Wood are good. Are damn good wins,
Those are damn good wins. Who else got those type of wins?
Yeah, that was good wins. Too.
So that's what rounds it out. Sugar Hill, Ben Davidson, and Eddie Super Soldier Reynoso. Twice. Now we got fight of the year. Pat, I think, has Kambosos versus Lopez.
Yeah, Kambosos, and like I said, and that was the fight where it was just like I think all of us were over it, over the drama, over the fuckery, over the shit going on in there, and it was basically between Kambosos, like, I mean, if you didn't watch his last 2 fights or you never heard of him before or whatever, it's like all this shit for nothing. He's getting all this money and shit. Who the fuck is George Kambosos? And and like I said, sometimes good fights come to those ways, and that one, those 2 motherfuckers tore each other up in that shit. Knockdowns.
Everything about that fight was a weight. Even the fucking fight report was a weight, nigga. Like that whole fight was just a long time.
Yeah, but there was a payoff, and that's why
it was like because honestly, I feel like it's fight of the year as well. Mm-hmm. It's just the energy. Like I'm trying to think what fight
brought that
had the same energy where the decision was good, the action was good, you had the knockdowns, the punches were impactful.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, Kambosos was trying to punch right through Lopez's.
It was a little rough, but not too rough where it's like there's no ebb and flow.
It had everything. It had the drama, knockdowns,
and both niggas were bleeding.
Fuckery, the interview afterwards. It's like honestly, it's the fight of the year. Like I guess the only runner up. I know people say Tyson Fury and a Wilder 3.
Yeah,
it's up there, but it was a little too it wasn't competitive enough to be fight of the year.
It was the best one-sided fight of the year.
Yeah, like if Eric Morales fought at heavyweight, like maybe
Well, whatever.
What do y'all rank would be top 5? Would you say Charlo Castano would be up there and Fulton Figgy, even despite the decisions?
Oh, yo, Charlo. Honestly, Charlo Castano was my second choice, really.
Oh wow!
But it didn't have any knockdowns, and then Castano ain't get the decision, but I can respect the draw.
Yeah, and then the one fight though that no one, I feel like people slept on this only because unfortunately, because Fox has a nasty history of this year of putting on very lackluster cards. But Glanton and Apochi, like, I mean, that shit, like, cruiserweight, had a little appearance there. Like, I've never seen big niggas like slugging out the way they did, on national TV. That shit was rare, especially on Fox. And that shit was easily a fight of the year, and and the fact that it was an upset too as well, like that definitely deserved a mention.
Cruiserweight always gonna be up there.
P, what was your choice, by the way?
I picked Fury Wilder.
Okay. Pilot, you too? Pilot.
Nah, I picked Kambosos and Teofimo Lopez. Okay. Yeah. I just felt that had ingredients of everything, even though none of us expected it to be what it was. So, violent one.
Yeah, and also, and I agree with LB with Fury Wilder. Like Fury Wilder, I mean, in terms of heavyweight fights, because like I say, it's very rare we get like really, a heavyweight slugfest, and that was easily one of them, like 5 knockdowns and everything like that. But outside of maybe a couple rounds, Wilder was just taking too much of an ass whooping for me. The ebb and flow was only really in a couple rounds.
But I mean, those rounds, he made it count in those rounds.
He did.
He did, yeah. You're making it count for like 2 rounds out of a 11 round fight.
Three rounds.
3 rounds, like fucking Derek Chisora made it count in like 12 rounds in the rematch with Parker.
I mean, that's like
that was a good fight too, though.
No, I get it, but I just feel like we're making too much of the Fury won most of the fight. Yeah, I get it. He won most of the fight, but it was still a hell of a fight when Wilder was fought back. So, I mean, it is what it is.
It was. I'm not denying that. This is the thing. It definitely deserves to be a fight of the year candidate. It's sure. Top 5, honestly. Like, you could even say top 3, but me personally, I have Kambosos and Lopez ahead of it. I think Fulton is ahead of it, and I'll even put Jamel Charlo and Castano ahead of it. Like that's like my top 3.
That's fine.
The significance of it, and then just the action, the ebb and flow, the hard punches, like the skill displayed. Like I mean, Charlo Castano was a knockdown or 2 away from winning. Honestly.
Right. Yeah, and then also just to, and of course we mentioned Fulton Figueroa, and of course Estrada Gonzalez too. Yeah,
the decision ruined that one for me. if Chocolatito would have won, then it would have probably been number 2 or number 1 to me. But
yeah, and you
can't be having fight of the years and you get the decision wrong.
Yeah, and then I know. I mean, most people probably won't agree, but Crawford Porter to me was a fight of the year as well.
I think that deserves to be up there. It's lower. It's lower half, but it deserves a mention. I'd agree.
And then Taylor Ramirez as 2.
It's another one.
Yeah, and then I know some people some people think Tank Barrios was 1 too.
It's lower.
That was a good fight, but I wouldn't go that far.
I wouldn't call it a fight of the year candidate. Borderline is reaching it, but not quite.
Yeah. And then even the women had some, like, of course, Mayor Hamadushi, I think is like, that's up there.
Mayor Hamadushi definitely deserves mention. And honestly, that's on the list, actually. Like, that is a top 10 fight of the year.
Personally, my favorite women's fight of the year was Bridges and Courtney, because that shit was brutal. Like, I thought that shit was more brutal.
That was, honestly, you know what? Fuck it. Like, if we had the rank of women's fight of the year, it's definitely Courtney Bridges to me.
Yeah, because Bridges, before that fight, I thought Bridges was just like a Playboy model, like pretty much a new age Mia St. John. Like someone who just could fight a little.
The Mia St. John DLC with the blonde wig. The enhancements package.
Yeah, but them girls tore each other up. I was thoroughly impressed. Like that shit was like, it was like
to keep it a buck, Shannon Courtney got into some damn good fights this year.
He did.
They ain't win all of them, but I think she's the only woman who got into like 2 good fights, like 2 clearly good fights. Like one is a fight of the year, and the other one was an upset, but was a damn good scrap.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. She put in work this year, so yeah, that's why I wanted to make sure I mentioned that fight because, like I said, because it happened early in the year with Bridges and Courtney, and I'm like, like that might.
Taylor Jonas was a good fight as well. Not fight of the year, but it's definitely up there. Like as far as one of the better fights.
Yeah, because I was like, Eddie definitely. That was like one of them. That was a gem that Eddie managed to air on that one.
Eddie got more women's fights that were good than he got men's fights. So it's crazy. How the fuck?
He got lucky with Kambosos Lopez though. He got lucky with that one.
yeah, that's true. Oh, shout out to Henny God Slick.
Salute Henny God, thank you for joining us, man. As always, man. One of our best listeners and everything like that, man. He's always on it. But
just in time for the upset of the year, and it seemed like everybody had some type of agreement here.
To me,
it was Kiko. It had to be Kiko. Come on.
I want to say Kiko, but Sandor Martin, Mikey Garcia
Martin for me.
Yeah, it was Sandor Martin for me, man. Like Kiko Martinez is up there. It's definitely number 2.
If you had
over Calvale,
sorry, but it's only because Kid Galahad is so like bad. Like no one expects much from Kid Galahad, but we thought he would beat the ghost of Kiko Martinez.
thought Teo Cam might be more.
Yeah, and the ghost of Kiko Martinez knocked him out. Like, that's what I'm saying. That was, like, it doesn't get any more upset than that to me.
But but that's still the ghost of Kiko Martinez. Like, we don't, like, people didn't even know about the presence of Sandor Martin. Like,
yeah, like, I mean, unless you watch the DAZN cards where, you know, DAZN airs the Italy cards and shit like that. Yeah, like Sandor Martin was not on no one's radar like that. You know, I mean, Sandor Martin was pretty much Eddie, like, okay, you know, I owe you a fight, and then we're trying to get this fight with Prograde made with you. So yeah, let's get this guy in here, and it just turned. And like I said, it was one of the few fights this year I was like, what the fuck am I watching? Like, what is this? Like, Mikey lost every fucking exchange. He was getting his head snapped back. He
won a fight that he could have. He lost a fight that he could have won.
He should have won.
He just fought fucking harder. Like, he literally could have just bit down on his gum shield and did the shit that we complain about Devin Alexander about. You know how Devin Alexander, sometimes he don't know what to do, but he'll just fight harder. Well, damn it, sometimes that's what life is. Like, you don't know what to do, just you gotta try harder. And Mikey Garcia didn't try fucking harder. Like,
I was just like, what the fuck is this? Like, you know, I honestly,
he lost a 10-round, 6 rounds to 4 type of fight where he could have easily been the other way. That's what makes it bad. Like,
right. And this is Mikey, who's pretty much at one point like damn near pound for pound type. Like, I mean, dude was up there like. You know that, like,
of course, he's still pound for pound. Like, he's still in the top 20 best fighters, top 15 best fighters, and he's a future Hall of Famer. Because remember that one poll we had, and I think he was one of the main people that people was like, yeah, hell yeah, he's a future he's a Hall of Famer. So when you look at that, and he's still in his physical prime. He may not be at his peak, but he's still in his prime. When you look at all of that, like, Kid Galahad ain't got shit on this. Like, nah. Like, oh, and shout out to Joshua O. Yes, Navarrete versus Gonzalez was a dope fight. You got damn right. That was a great fight.
It was. Yeah, honestly, the fact that Joey Gonzalez is actually going to fight in a couple of weeks, like, I honestly thought he probably needed a little bit more because he took a real ass whooping from Navarrete.
But he gave as good as he took, though.
He did. You know,
it was the Wilder Fury for that division.
Fact,
without the knockdowns.
Yeah, I was like, good lord, like Gonzalez was, you know, I was like saying, you know, dude may be a racist, but he's a tough racist.
Yeah, that one, Rosado and fucking what's his name, Rosado and Munguia and Wilder Fury are the top 3 one lopsided fights for sure.
Oh, and shout out to Miss 702. I see you. Salute. See you. Thank you for joining us.
Shout out. Much respect.
Yeah.
For listening. So basically, it was just those 2 were really the upsets of the year.
Right.
You had some other upsets. Laura over Josh Warrington. That deserves mention. That gotta be like number 3.
Yeah, and then surprisingly, the biggest upset in terms of odds this year was Vito McNicky losing his 0-2, a cat with no knockouts to his name. Philly fight, James Martin. Yeah, that one was even more surprising because, you know, Martin like beat the shit out of him, like so it's like,
yeah. I mean, you honestly had some upsets this year. You could really say this was the year to upset. Like you had some. You had like a good, decent upset each year. Michael Coffey,
Michael
got
Coffey,
upset. He
Johnny
lost.
Rice, you know,
Daenerys had an upset with O'Bali. That was an upset. Fucking Hurd with the Arias.
Luis Arias. Yeah, that one. That
was a major upset. That might be number 5. Like, 4 or 5.
And then Elvis Rodriguez losing to Kenny Sims.
Yeah. Another one. Your man's King P favorite fighter. Verdejo got upset.
Wait, was it this year? and of course, I can't forget Beck the Bully getting KO'd by Gabriel Rosado as well. You know, that was. Yeah,
See, you done set it up for the next fucking damn topic. Who's the KO of the year?
The funny thing is too is I didn't even pick that one. It's KOD.
I picked Valdez.
I
picked it. I picked Rosado over Beck.
Valdez Burchell.
Yeah, I did Valdez Burchell.
I picked Rosado over Beck. Yeah.
Yeah, I also picked Valdez over Burchell because, frankly, I think that was the one where I thought Valdez actually caught a legit body.
That should have been the Universal one. Oh fuck yeah, Joshua! Oh damn! Shout outs. J Rock was a damn upset. He had got upset. He lost.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
Yeah. All right, damn. 7 plus 750.
Yeah,
he did. He wow. Yeah.
And he was.
Shout out for bringing that up. Like he had to mention that one.
Yeah, there was some real upsets this year, man. Like to go through them. But yeah, that's definitely one we can't forget though. But with the knockouts with Valdez and Burchell, yeah, that one was just it was sick. To
me, it gotta be Valdez Burchell because it was elite. It's like you always get points for having elite KOs at the top level. Mm-hmm. Plus, he was the underdog, and we all thought he would get beaten and battered and fucked up in that fight. So that gotta count for something.
A couple woman ones, I would say the Estrada, her last fight was good. Her knockout, and also Baumgartner over Harper was crazy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Baumgartner.
That deserves mention. The Beck the Bully and Rosado, that definitely deserves mention. Baron Checo and Montana Love is another one. Mm-hmm. So speaking of knockouts of the year, fuck that. We just dropped the damn Ring Gang 2021 KO compilations. If you follow us on Twitter, you'll see we just put it up. If you subscribe to us on YouTube, you'll see we put that up, and we got it a lot of the great KOs of this year. We have that in the video.
Right, like
Connor Ben and Algieri's another one.
Yeah, or F.A. Ajaba and Brian Howard. I mean, that one was just like
we don't have them all now, you know. And I mean, because motherfuckers they be like, hold on, wait, they said this the best KOs. They don't got this one there. Like nigga, like give us a break. Like the fuck. This boxing.
This box.
Like, I mean, but the thing is, I know when you watch it, you're gonna be like, hold on, but didn't so and so land this? Look, we coming out with a uppercut season of the year. All the best knockouts and knockdowns from the punch that was from an uppercut. We got a whole new video of that coming out soon as well. So we had to split it up. So one video is going to have all the regular knockouts, and then one is dedicated strictly to uppercut. So be on the lookout for that. Probably be dropping that soon this week or next week. But yeah, KO of the year. That was a good one. Uppercut of the year is the next one. We had some crazy uppercuts of the year. What y'all give?
This one was easy. This one was too easy. Darrell.
Yeah, Darrell.
Same here.
Like, uppercut. Like he went like his head went like a Pez dispenser afterwards. Like you can't. It doesn't get any more uppercutty than that.
Yeah, that was up here. That was.
I mean, I wanted to pick that too, and I agree with you, but I just found the Herring over Frampton one just more satisfying because of my.
Of course, you would say that because we know your bullshit reasoning, but it was a good uppercut and it was significant because Herring was the underdog, which he shouldn't have been, or at least not that big of an underdog. So that's another fucking upset of the year, honestly. But it's an upset and an uppercut. Damn, that's an up.
Yeah, especially since Herring wasn't seen as the actual puncher like that. So
yeah, but it definitely deserves a mention. Montana Love and Baron Check's another one with a good uppercut KO. I think Danero Bali, Danero had
that uppercut. Sickening one. That too, yeah.
Yeah, so but the Darrell definitely I felt he had the big wind up fucking uppercut. Just he killed that shit. Canelo Saunders is another one. He broke a motherfucker face with an uppercut.
Yeah, he did. And my broken plant's face too was an uppercut.
There's a lot of uppercuts that landed this year. They'll definitely be in the video, but as far as the top ones, those are ones that scream out to me. Andre landed a whole bunch of uppercuts that night.
He landed everything on that boy.
God damn, the kitchen sink and everything else. The damn deep freezer.
Canelo and BJ Saunders was cool. Billy Joe Saunders.
Yeah. Fucking Josh Taylor landed a beautiful uppercut.
Oh yeah, on Ramirez. Yeah, I think it was like for the first or second knockdown.
Should have been the KO prediction that I got, but you know the ref fucked that up. Ref was just fucking up that night. Yo, yeah, honestly, when we done with this, we gonna have the little remixes at the end, because I know we gotta have a ref of the year who fucked up the ref mistake of the year. I forgot to put that there. I can't remember nobody, but I know somebody fucked up something. But we'll go to the next one, robbery of the year.
Yeah, I think the robbery of the year was very clear cut. It's easily, Fox versus
Bastard.
Yeah, Fox on Fox. Yeah, Fox on Fox for sure.
Yeah, I mean, that
it robbed me of my time and a decision, so it's a double robbery.
How you rob a man with the same
It literally
last
made
name
the
as you never-
WBA change everything. Like that's how bad the robbery was. Like
yeah, exactly. Like WBA
it's one of those Paul Williams Laura robberies where motherfuckers they gotta change shit up afterwards.
Yeah, because
they investigated them judges.
Yeah,
honorable mention to Campbell Hatton.
Oh,
against
Campbell Hatton, yeah.
Damn, like I don't even know what nigga. That's a different award. You can't be the most televised but don't deserve it award is between Campbell Hatton and Ali Wash.
And Nico Ali Wash.
The beat you over the head until you just notice us award goes to those two.
Yeah, no.
But what's his name? And Chocolatito Estrada is definitely another fucking robbery of the year. I put that up there. Fuck it. Cause there's no honestly, it would have been a robbery even if they would have made it a draw. That's how much of a robbery it would have been. It was. Estrada ain't win no fucking 7 or 8 rounds in that fight. He ain't even win 6 to me. Like it's a clear, I won 5 or 4 rounds tops, but these niggas keep fucking up them goddamn cards.
Well, let's hopefully the trilogy fight that's going down in about give or take 6 weeks or so, I think.
I don't even care for that motherfucker. Like y'all keep awarding the wrong niggas with these goddamn fights. Like, jeez. Boba, shout out to Joshua O with the Jake Paul deserves a mention. Yeah, I guess for KO of the year, I guess he's up there. He's top 10. That shit was brutal.
It was. I mean, dude did go to sleep ASAP.
And the memes off of that shit are legendary. So yeah, you know what? Fuck it, I'll allow it. Henny got slick. You know what I think would be dope if y'all did shows on old classic fights and what made it classic to y'all personally. That's a great fucking idea. Yeah, we definitely got to do some shit like that because there's a whole bunch of fights like that. The Forgotten Fade series is pretty much that in a way, but
right.
The only time I think we ever had a video about a Forgotten Fade
was Omar Figueroa and Arakawa.
And Nakatani, right?
Do we have a Nakatani? No, we didn't have a Nakatani. No, it's
what?
Arakawa.
Yeah,
Awakawa. Yeah, my bad. Yeah, that one is a while ago, nigga. Shit.
Yeah, that was a while ago. Yeah, that's the
the fuck I said Nakatani.
Yeah, I said Nakatani. I was like, no, that's the wrong.
No, for Figueroa and
Arakawa.
Arakawa, yeah.
Yes.
That's one where we actually had an episode about that, revisiting that. But yeah, great idea. We definitely gonna do that because there's a whole bunch of fights. I think we should do like a 90s version, like an era of that shit. Like your favorite fights from the 90s and then keep it on. But yeah, great idea. Next up, comeback of the year.
Comeback of the year. This is where Kiko Martinez comes in for me. Because I didn't see Kiko Martinez now in 2022 becoming a world champion.
I picked Donaire. I picked Donaire.
I picked Donaire as well.
I mean, I feel because he did get 2 big wins, but Kiko Martinez, that's literally like, if Donaire would have lost twice this year and fought next year, we would still probably, if he won something, we would he would still be looked as dangerous. But Kiko Martinez was done.
Yeah, like Kiko Martinez. Yeah, I mean, it's just like Kiko Martinez, world champion. It's like, is this 2014 again? Like,
the fact that he could win 2 categories is in itself is a comeback because he literally could win upset of the year and KO of the year.
Right. You know, it's just.
I
like,
mean, and I mean you have to give him 3 categories, but we'll talk about that later. The other one.
Yeah. I'm saying like aside from being comeback of the year category, like he got 2 other shit going for him. Where Daenerys had a good KO, but I wouldn't give him no KO of the year over it.
You know, but
And,
I mean,
although he was a live underdog for the upset against O'Bali, he definitely wasn't over his head. So, whereas Kiko Martinez, you know, a lot of the UK fans kind of overrate the fuck out of Kid Galahad.
but also in this particular case, you see Kiko Martinez pretty much every time he was trotted out on a card, whether it was in America or on Eddie's cards, like he was losing. Like, you know, like.
Yeah, like he should have lost that fight. Like Kid Galahad nowhere near should have had the trouble or even lost that fight. So
Right, and especially after Kid Galahad actually looked impressive and actually winning that damn belt, you know, for once.
Exactly. Yeah, the biggest reset button of the year, definitely one of them. But so comeback of the year is basically those 2 names. Okay. Now we get to the little quick fun ones. These might be pretty easy. Best division of the year.
I mean, me, it's 154.
I actually picked 122.
I picked lightweight, 135 for me.
All respectable. LB, what about you?
I think I picked 154, but I'm trying to think why. They had the unification. They had the undisputed fight.
Mm-hmm.
You had the Brandon Adams fight. He had a good upset.
Yeah, that one doesn't. Yeah, they don't.
On Ring City. What other good fights we had at 154? I think the J-Rock upset was a damn good fight too.
That was a good fight. Yeah, that was a good fight.
Well, Hurd upset was the Hurd upset was a fight of the year candidate. Almost.
Yeah.
God damn! All these is fucking 154. Like the thing is, they're just not big name fights.
Right.
But you consistently got good fights. I can understand 122. You got Fulton, Figueroa. You had Figueroa, Neri.
You had Aleem. You had the Aleem fight.
Yeah, 122 is definitely up there. It's basically one of the top 5 divisions, top 3 in the game.
And 135 is respectable as well. 135 is still, I mean, it started off with Ryan Garcia,
and Campbell, which was a good fight. That was anticipated. It ended up good. What else at lightweight?
And of course, and then of course it ended with Cambosis Lopez.
Nah, it ended with Cruz Tank.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh yeah, that's right.
Which was a good fight. So lightweight definitely deserves mention.
And then of course, and even Haney and Jojo Diaz was a damn good fight.
That was another good fight. That deserves mention. Joshua Rosario versus Lubin. Yeah, that middle. Oh, her fight was at middleweight. Oh, okay, my bad. The her fight was at 160.
Yeah, but oh yeah, that's right.
Because Arias he be at 160, right? Like, yeah, for a Keeler and
he fights 160.
Okay, my bad. Okay. So Joshua corrected us. The fight was at 160. Okay, that's about the best shit that happened at 160. So we'll give you that.
Yeah.
So, but Rosario Lubin was at 154.
It definitely was, and that was a good fight.
And there had to be another 154 one was good. Fucking Fondura Garcia just happened. That was at 154, and that was a good fight, yo. All right, quality mid at least.
Yeah, like 154. Like I mean, they have a lot of fights, but usually like
fucking hold on, wait, Harrison Perella.
Yeah, that was one.
That was a good fucking fight at 154. The 154 literally gives you the best fights, and consistently, like.
Right, it may not be a name fight, but at least one of them involves like a player of some sort.
And it's usually a good. Okay, so we said 135, 154, and 122.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Worst division of the year. Oh, hold on. Before best division of the year, I feel like the heavyweight gets a little mention, because you had 3 fucking good heavyweight fights this year. Joshua, you know what? Joshua Anthony and Usyk is low key fucking borderline fight of the year too.
It was. I mean,
that was a good fucking fight. Like we honestly not even giving that the respect it deserves. It was a minor upset, but heavyweight I think definitely deserves one of the better divisions of the year. As first, fuck yeah, you know, nah, nigga, hold on. Heavyweight, look, Ariola Ruiz, Chisora Parker 2,
Wilder Fury
3. Joshua, yeah, nigga, yeah. Heavyweight definitely was one of the better divisions of the year. We don't want to talk about it, but yeah, definitely.
I mean, personally, I didn't really like the Ruiz and Ariola fight all that much. Mostly
on paper, it was a trash fight, but the fight we actually got was good though.
Yeah, for all the wrong reasons, because Ruiz decided.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I still gotta count it. Like,
yeah.
so yeah, definitely it's up there. But yeah, back to worst division of the year. I already know. I mean, like 160, right?
Yeah, middleweight, easily.
That's so easy.
Yeah, like middleweight is
unanimous decision.
Hunter Forrest, a blatant robbery. Yeah, that was. Yeah, that's another robbery of the year. Yeah,
that was a big.
Damn, Hunter gonna win a few awards on this bitch because I know he's one of them damn. We keep going. So 160 was the worst division. Best card of the year.
Oh, so this is where I had a couple of choices, man. Like,
yeah.
Like I know the popular choices like Fury Wilder 3, and I wouldn't even argue it. Like, you know.
Nah, but Frank Sanchez was on it, so it's like you gotta eliminate it for me personally.
Fulton Leo, top to bottom, best card.
For me,
you know what? I forgot about that one, and honestly, I put De Niro Bali, but I kind of agree with King P on that. At least it's definitely up there. Like it might be the best card, at least top 3.
I mean, for me, it was Zepeda versus Vargas. Like that card was unbelievable from the prelims. I know Pilot was watching it. The prelims to the main card, like this shit was like fades upon fades. Like it was nuts. And that's the same thing for the Morel Cazares card that was on Fox. The lone great Fox card, by the way. Like that one was just upsets. You know, those are niggas upsets. But Zepeda Vargas was just fades upon fades. Like it was ridiculous. Like even in the prelims, like niggas was motivated that night. Like,
yeah, I'll tote to that.
Yeah, but yeah, Donaire Obelio. I mean, that one for the Showtime, that one was my favorite card. Like that one,
it had a little bit of everything. It had a brutal KO. It had a back and forth fight, and it had a domination. That's everything I want in boxing. You give me those 3, we'll probably have a good card.
And then Navarrete versus Diaz was one of Top Rank's best cards.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
That was.
He said something else. Navarrete. Yeah. Fuck it. You know what? God damn. That's why I fucked with Joshua O, because he be remembering shit. Him saying fucking Navarrete's name enough just reminded me that we ain't put no respect on Navarrete for the uppercut category. This nigga literally could name the category after himself. Navarrete's uppercuts and against the I guess what was the Diaz?
Yeah.
That's definitely Diaz up there. Like honestly, that's the only uppercut that you could put over Darrell. The one he had lifted down Diaz off his feet up in Florida when he did the one where he jumped and he knocked dude across the ring.
Yeah.
Motherfucker, like nigga, that's definitely one of the best uppercuts of the year. Like Darrell only wins because he wound that motherfucker up, but the next best thing is the motherfucker jumping with it with his fucking hand at his waist, like
yeah.
And you get hit with this motherfucker and like knocked down. So yeah.
That was a focused uppercut.
Jeez, that was an uppercut. That's one of those punches that you don't want to get hit with in boxing. Like a motherfucker leaping uppercut. God damn.
Yeah.
But back to the scheduled programming. I just had to mention that. Like,
yeah. But for best guy, was there any other choices? P, Pilot. or do we?
No, I picked the same one. Yeah. I picked Fury Wilder 3. My fault. Yeah.
P.
I picked Fulton Leo.
Oh yeah, that's right. You did. Yeah, Fulton Leo.
Yeah, I think Fulton Leo kind of wins it for me. But man, they needed to say fucking Figgy. I felt like Figgy should have got that goddamn decision. So I'm gonna stick with De Niro Bali because everything happened like it was supposed to. Like,
right, yeah. Donare Obali, man, that shit restored.
One of the worst beat downs of the year was down Santiago Angry Fist.
Yeah, and that's why I was saying, like, yo, PBC needs to, his time is now. Like, get him in the ring with Broner. I want to see Broner retire.
Nah, fuck that. I'd rather see that. I'd rather see him fight Darwin Price or Montana Love or something. Like, Broner. Like, I'm good. I'm on some like nah. I don't want no one to get that easy come up like that. Like,
I mean, to me, I just like Broner needs to be part of the pasture, and someone wants to smoke. So it's like, just let him have it. If Broner beats him, then hey, Broner rejuvenates his career. But more often,
we know that ain't happening.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I need to see.
Like we legit handing over a bag and clout for somebody for Broner fight. Like, I'm just like nah, 142 stacked for people to be waiting around for a Broner fight, and that's why I was kind of pissed at Regis for that shit. Like,
yeah, no,
Regis
Regis
trying to call out names that ain't feasible. Like, that's the shit Andre be getting mad at Chris Mannix with the Charlo fight. Stop calling out those names. But alright, next one.
Biggest cherry pick going wrong.
I'ma like this one. Okay. Biggest cherry pick going wrong. Like, this gonna be a good one. Like, yeah, y'all can start on this one. I'm gonna sit back because I know I got some. There's several on this one.
Yeah, Pete, start it off, bro. What was your pick?
I picked Kiko. Like that, the Kiko Martinez fight. Like, that's the cherry pick of all cherries that went completely wrong. Like, I just don't see anything other than that. I mean, I possibly, but yeah, that was the cherry of all cherries. You got knocked out by that old ass cherry, an old rotten cherry that's past its prime, not even edible.
Yeah, Pilot. What about you?
He fell off for a minute. He'll be back.
Now he's back. Pilot.
Yeah. I picked Sandro. I picked Sandro.
Or cherry
Martin.
pick. What was
Sandro.
your pick?
Sandro Martin over Mikey Garcia was my choice.
See, that damn fight can be picked for upset of the year or cherry pick of the year. I picked Kiko and Kid Galahad too, because I remember too, because when we discussed this fight briefly, we were like, yo, Kid Galahad should have been fought someone else, like I know either Warrington or Laura, somebody of that nature. But for whatever reason, Eddie tried to rehash Kiko Martinez, and unlike the Baumgardner Harper fight, he didn't have a rematch clause because Eddie's famous for his rematch room. Rematch room is the little repetition they got. But he didn't put a rematch clause on that fight. So Kiko knocks him out, and Galahad's like, you know what? I think it's time for me to go lightweight. And Eddie is like, what am I gonna do? So Kiko's gonna make his first title defense in a couple weeks or so. But that one was like, that was not supposed to happen. That was not supposed to happen at all, man. And
it was definitely my pick. But I agree with Pilot too. Like, Sandro Martin definitely deserves mention. But I think Kiko won this hands down.
Yeah, is Sandor Martin really a cherry pick in a way?
Yes,
I don't know.
is.
I mean, because the way I remember it was, I mean, this is just coming from Eddie Hearn's mouth. It was, because remember, Regis wanted to fight, Mikey wanted to fight Regis, and
right.
but he was complaining. Mikey was complaining about the money wasn't right, and it was Eddie saying, well, DAZN's not going to pay you that money that you want. You've been out of the game for 2 years. You know what I'm saying? So why don't you take this fight with Sandor Martin? And he called it.
He was out for a year. Like, niggas keep forgetting the goddamn Jesse Vargas fight ain't happened.
Yeah, nah, I get it. But like that was kind of mentioned as just a fight, just to like the Sandor Martin.
It's still a cherry pick because he could have just said, you know what, fuck it. I'd rather him sit out the whole year and fight Prograde the following year when they have the budget for it than to make this take less money.
Well, no. The issue wasn't they never didn't have the budget. They just didn't want to pay him. He was gonna fight somebody so that DAZN could evaluate his drawing power is, and then take it from there with region. Sandor just happened to be the guy, but you could replace Sandor with anybody in this case.
Yeah,
that's still a fucking cherry pick, because why? You just fought Jesse Vargas. Sandor Morton is going backwards.
Yeah, no, he fought, but he got paid a lot for the Jesse Vargas fight, so he wanted that much to fight Prograis, and DAZN was not going to pay him that money, so they gave him the opportunity to fight against somebody like Sandor Martin to see what his drawing.
Anyways, look, nigga, you giving us the boohoo fucking boxing management 101 answer. The boxing fan answer is a goddamn motherfucking cherry pick, because niggas price themselves out of fights. First of all, you got paid more for Jesse Vargas because ding ding ding, Jesse Vargas is a better fight.
Absolutely.
And he's more known than Prograis. Prograis might be the better fighter, but you know, I can understand why they was paying them more. Prograis's been lukewarm. Like, what has Prograis done to where that's some type of major payday type of fight for anybody?
Well, they gave him a lot of money because they wanted to set up a Mikey Garcia versus Pacquiao fight, and then that didn't happen. So yeah, right.
Yeah, but basically, like I said, man, when you test it,
but that's still Mikey Garcia playing businessman with his career a little too much.
Yeah, like when you start fucking around, the boxing gods will humble you. You know, in the most inopportune times. Goddamn,
be a fucking boxer first.
Yeah, you know, and like I said, you know, and basically now Mikey Garcia has to be like, okay, look, you know, do I go after this kid again and possibly maybe lose again because due to the fact that I did get my ass legitimately whooped. You know, Prograis lost the fight that he was trying to get, and now
he didn't even get his ass whooped. He got outboxed and he lost. Like, he lost clearly by getting outboxed. And honestly, it's 2 L's because Mikey Garcia is known as a master boxer, one of the best technicians in the game, and he got outboxed. And by a nigga with no power. So it's not like you could say, well, you know, you can't get a whole Lomachenko excuse of, well, you know, he was kind of just trying to wear him down a little, or he was waiting for the power to go, or for him to stop throwing. You don't even have that excuse. You also motherfucker just outboxed you.
Fucked up his whole fucking career.
Yeah, like it really puts his whole career into question. Like he needs to get off his ass. He need a bigger win next year than damn fucking Thurman.
Yeah. He needs to stop eating Mexican like pork tacos for breakfast and shit like that, and you know,
stop staying up late watching Cops, motherfucker. And hit the gym and train like you mean it, like your career on the line, and make a good motherfucking fight, because that's definitely the biggest cherry pick going wrong. Like,
that was horrible though.
Because even Josh Warrington, Laura's at least a tough guy. Like, he's known, he gives people good fights. So that's a tune-up type fight, but it still wasn't like, I wouldn't call that a cherry pick. Like, and it was at least he fought harder than fucking Mikey Garcia.
Yeah, he did. You know, he just couldn't take it.
He even had the balls to rematch the motherfucker, and that just ended bad. Like, but still, like, so it hurts Josh Warrington's career, but not as much. Like, he doesn't walk into 2022 with me side-eyeing him like I'm doing Mikey.
Yeah, Mikey's career is like, because now you don't know what he's gonna do. It's like, you know, part of it is like, yeah, you need to be training hard right now and try to get back in the ring in the next couple of months, you know, or something like that, something to redeem yourself, you know, from losing to, because the only way that L gets lessened is if Sandor Martin actually goes on to actually score an even bigger upset, or actually becomes a player somewhere. You know, a player at 140 or 147, whichever division.
At 140 or 147 got too many threats for that to happen, unless Sandor Martin really turns his career around and he beats another top level fighter, and then you're like, hold on, wait, like. Then
where was this? He was hiding in Italy all this time.
Yeah, exactly. But that goes right into the biggest missed opportunity of the year.
Mine's. I think my pick though, and this one because I threw a little temper tantrum over, unifying.
Yeah, that's by all means go. The verse is yours. I mean, the booth is yours. I mean, the floor is yours.
Yeah, I mean, definitely unifying all 4 heavyweight titles this year. Like this should have been done. Like it was an opportunity because in the process of this not happening, some career trajectories got changed in the process. One heavyweight took a beating. The other one pretty much now is in a position where he has to win a rematch. In order for him not to meet the same fate as the heavyweight that actually took a huge beating. And of course we have someone like Dillian White who's now throwing a wrench into the process again with purse bids and shit like that. And then we have WBO, number one mandatories like Joe Joyce that now are in limbo because the shit isn't moving like it should have. Like it's all fucked up, and all because Wilder just had to go to court and and push for a shot, even though.
Can you blame the motherfucker? Like that's on him. He's looking after himself.
I blame this non-boxing motherfucker. God damn it, yes, I fucking blame him. The boxing guys made it so he took a L the same year the niggas who he ducked took a L too.
Yeah, because like I said, I mean, and that's why the reason why I was so pissed. I didn't give no predictions for Usyk, Joshua, or Fury Wilder 3, even though I wanted to because I already knew it was like fuckery was brewing with that shit. And then,
this nigga was disgusted.
Everybody
got like at least one of those fights right. One right, at least one wrong.
Yeah, and now now the heavyweight division. Now we're trying to wait. Okay, when are we gonna get this shit unified? Because now, like I said, Usyk Judge will have to fight again.
But hold on, we got 2 like damn near like fight of the years out of a fucking missed opportunity. So I don't even think that's a great missed opportunity.
Well, it's a missed opportunity to get undisputed champion. That's just my choice. Like we should have gotten.
I feel you, but we got Joshua Usyk, which was one of the best fights of the year. And we got Wilder Fury 3, which nobody wanted to see, but ended up saying, "God damn, this was one of the best fights of the year." Like,
but the thing is, though, Fury Joshua was the fight that was buzzing harder than both of them combined.
It was. All I'm saying is the constellation. The consolation prize was damn fucking good. How often you get a consolation prize of 2 fucking fight of the years? Think about it. Okay, look, I'll bring it back to this way because all y'all niggas old enough. What's the fucking name? Gamboa and Wanma. Them not fighting only produced Salido Wanma as a fight of the year.
Right.
And you got 2 of them.
Right, in the beginning of the end of a career.
yeah, exactly. I wouldn't. As great as that was, watching that play out, and you got a classic interview twice with the whole. He stopped the fight because he's gambling, and his dad gambles too.
Yeah, that was yeah. Grandma's brain took quite a beating that night, and Joshua. I see your slogan can't be "shit's real." We talk about it, not make predictions, bruh. Like I said, I threw a fit. That's the thing. Is like it wasn't. I was too disgusted. I really wanted Joshua to fight Fury and take Fury's belt and the lineal status and become undisputed champion, and then move the shit forward.
All I'm saying, yeah, it was a disappointment. But us getting 2 fight of the years from the damn, basically like the 4 best heavyweights or whatnot. I mean, shit, like, I ain't too brokenhearted about it.
It could be worse.
Yeah, exactly. There you go, exactly. It could be worse, a lot worse, because at least you got 2 different good fights. Whereas the example I gave, you only got fucking 1 fight and a rematch that ended up good. Like Salido Wanma was damn good both times, but
right,
that was just 1 fight in a ruined career where at least you know, Joshua Usyk, we gonna get a rematch. You just said that's gonna be good.
Now, what was your guys' choices? Because that's gonna be mine. You know, so
yeah, Pilot, what's yours? Wake up, nigga.
Sorry, my fault. Which topic we're on? Or which one we on?
Sleeping down, the biggest missed opportunity.
Any Tank fight worth actual significance?
God damn. And yet he makes your pound for pound list.
Hey, the Zone and Top Rank had it him at 10, so I'm gonna have him at 10.
I mean, we'll definitely get to that. But Tank.
So hold on, if it's your slogan can't be if shit's real, we just use somebody else's shit for a cop out.
I'm justified in something.
All this remixing on Ring Gang, I'm about to talk to y'all niggas. Like,
Talk to
what's
him.
going on?
Nah, but yeah, I think any fight, you know, Tank having a legit dance partner, to me, not having one, it's kind of.
And I understand that too, because I definitely complained about Tank's opposition, especially for people who are kind of trying to condone it especially for pay-per-view of all places. Yeah. You know.
King P.
I actually I don't know. I don't know why I really couldn't think of a lot of things with this one. I feel like I drew a brain fart when I was thinking about this one. So like I think the only thing that really I fucking thought of was Errol Spence and the missed opportunity against Pacquiao and what we got instead. So
yeah, because we got a dud of the year instead of a fight of the year.
And a lot of people were pissed. I mean,
and we got like a mid-ass Pacquiao performance.
Yeah, we did.
And basically, it kept up a summer where it was just a whole lot of cancellations and shit and postponements.
Nah, honestly, you probably didn't think that was a good choice, but it's a choice that makes sense, and it's actually a quality choice.
Yeah, and it's definitely a missed opportunity for Spence, because now Spence is having his work taken away from one by one, and he's lucky that Crawford is still available. Will he take that fight? That remains.
You don't know how Thurman gonna look, and then we don't know if he ended up fighting Thurman or not because he got that whole beef with him.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I mean, Spence is he's right though. I mean, yeah, the walls are kind of closing on Spence in terms of what Spence needs to. Yeah, Spence needs his opponent. Like just like Crawford, we say Crawford needed his opponent. At welterweight, Spence needs his, because you can't keep having his work being taken away from him like this.
Yep, I think he's still got to fight Crawford. And I honestly think he's still got to fight Thurman. So
yeah, me too.
And because it's funny because I was talking about this the other day, and this is kind of what makes me think about this. I was talking this with Buddy. I was like, either Spence or Crawford, they can't let Thurman go by without either one of them fighting him, because if Thurman retires without them fighting him, Thurman can just say, well, I only lost to Pacquiao, but none you guys didn't beat me, and they can't say anything because Thurman would say that. Well, you guys didn't beat me.
And since none of them fought Pacquiao, it's even worse.
Exactly.
It's almost like a full, those. Remember back in the day, those damn choose your own adventure books back in the 90s. That was It felt like it would feel like one nigga didn't even go down a whole chapter, like this whole hallway with Pacquiao and Thurman. You didn't even go down. You never even chose an adventure that went down that way.
That's classic.
It's like you was like you took all the top rank opportunities, and you took all the PBC journeys, but then it's like you took the alternate PBC journey.
And I just saw Joshua. Donaire versus Casemiro was a missed opportunity. Hell yeah,
facts.
Absolutely, because first of all, I mean, it led to one of the rare displays of Donaire was out there talking real gangster and shit like that. Like dude was Donaire's usually pretty much one of the most he's pretty much even tempered guys out there. Like dude is you don't associate beef with Nonito Donaire.
Nonito Donaire, him acting like that was the boxing version of Busta Rhymes on that 50 Cent and Eminem song where they dissing Ja Rule over the Hail Mary beat.
Yeah, it was just like, yo, it was like, and it was heated too.
That shit was just like so uncalled for, so unexpected, and just he even says it at the end. He's like, okay, now let me go back to being my happy self or some shit. That's it there, right there, yo.
Yeah, but unfortunately, I mean, it stopped. Unification never came to fruition, and Casemiro, I wasted whatever momentum he got from getting his quote unquote Rigo win, and now he's trying to actually make sure he can actually now he's forced to actually try to make weight for his next fight, else he's gonna get stripped because he pulled a fast one, from his from a fight he was supposed to take after that. So that was a missed opportunity indeed. But is that
you could guess mine.
I don't know. Can we?
yeah. Y'all could guess mine. What
I don't read mine. I don't read mines. I can't guess your shit.
What would Shuttleworth say was the missed opportunity of the year?
I honestly,
it's something I've said like 1,000 times.
Honestly, I thought it would have been the fucking thing with Ugas and shit.
Oh nah. Mm-mm.
Yeah, no, that's what I thought would have been Ugas and Pacquiao.
Nah, basically Prograde Hooker.
oh yeah, that's true.
Were any conversations this year they were supposed to fight? I mean, obviously, it was still supposed to happen. Like, at least Hooker. Hooker had the better fight this year than Prograde. That's
the whole point. Like, it was a fight that Prograde was a favorite to win, whether it would have been at 147, 140, 144, 145, 140, whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
And he ended up not doing it, and then it's like he had that one bullshit fight on Triller where they had to give him the official win later because that nigga was doing the acting job. He ain't get to do nothing else, and then Mikey Garcia loses on top of that, and then he's complaining about it and was pissed. So it's like that's a whole missed opportunity. That's a whole year of a career, like just kind of gone to waste. Like,
yeah, Reed just been fucking. I mean, I don't know. He's been fucking up since that Josh Taylor loss. His career's been kind of,
Yeah, because the thing is, when after that fight, dude's stock was high, so that's the reason why. Because I think the biggest thing was he was fielding a lot of offers, but the thing with him is he just couldn't decide on what division he wanted to fight in. Like, clearly, even one of the fights he had after that, he still missed weight. The one on PBC,
dude is ducking 147.
Yeah, like, it's weird. I don't know why he's weird about. I don't know why he's weird about that. That's weird.
Dude, body is too dense to be 140 anymore. Like, he's like Barrios. Like, he's a solid. Like, even.
But he's too small. He's too small. He's too small for 147.
I heard he hard.
Nah.
He's hard
for 147.
Them alligator arms. He'll get bodied at 147.
Look at his body. He's not made for 140 no more. He's 147. He's like look at him as like a JoJo Diaz.
Yeah, he can still punch at 147, but it's just more like he needs to focus. But I don't know, he doesn't, because the thing is too, because it depends on because he's still a free agent. So that's what
look at when he made the weight, and he was like, hey, look, I made 140, and he's basically a nutritionist. He got it with a nutritionist or something.
For the first time in his career. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, and he's looking like a fucking zombie. Like, bro, like, you can't make one. You're gonna look like you're basically gonna be Chad Dawson at 160 fighting, 168 fighting Ward.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's trying to, like, he was trying to show off that he could make 140 just dieting and shit, but you still look like a zombie. And second, you're not training like that, so you wouldn't even know how effective you would be.
Yeah. He's gonna be something. Hopefully, he gets on the right path in 2022. But I just hate to see how much of a waste because he can't make up his mind what division that he wants to operate in.
Yeah, like, nigga, go to 147.
Yeah, I know why he's scared of the 147. Not scared, but he's trying to avoid it. I don't get it. Whatever.
I mean, you in two different. I mean, 140 is damn, and it's not like you doing anything at 140 and 140 stacked. So
he's literally begging. He's been begging for AB and Tank fights all the time. Every time I see him on Twitter, he's
right? Yeah, exactly. He's always begging for something. And my thing is too is like, I mean, I like that dude's making moves to solidify his future outside of this boxing, outside of boxing. But take an actual fight that you can build upon.
Exactly. Like all of these are just lateral move fucking fights that don't go nowhere, don't do nothing for your career. Like nigga gonna be fighting in Dubai, like in a parking lot full of camels and elephants and shit. Like,
I mean, he is signed to Probellum. That's Richard Schaefer. He is signed him, so that might be a thing.
Hey man, but it's their career. I mean, who am I to judge? I'm just saying, like, I'm just a guy who just been, love boxing all his life, been watching sport and just tossing an opinion out there. But I do feel like that was the biggest missed opportunity of the year, and it spiraled out until it didn't even make anything else happen for that person.
Right.
The only other I put up there is Monster Inoue. Him not buzzing or doing anything of note for the whole year, although he fought twice, was a miss.
Top Rank, I blame Top Rank for that.
Yeah, Top Rank.
They don't know how to fucking promote this guy.
He's definitely top 3 missed opportunities of the year. Definitely, he's fucking up there.
Yeah,
that and Ryan Garcia just fucking up his career. Like,
yeah. Ryan Garcia might actually be worse too, because this nigga, like, there's
it's hard for me because he won a big significant fight right in the fucking beginning of the year, and he set the tone for boxing.
Right,
and it's like you didn't have no follow up, but all you did was pump fake for the whole fucking year. But at least he did something. He had a bigger win than I would say Monster had in the year, and I'm a Monster fan.
And you can't. And honestly, there's no way you can't even like debate that. It's true.
Yeah, I mean, Luke Campbell retired after that.
He basically retired Luke Campbell.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, I gotta respect that. Like, Monster just did Monster thing, just like Godzilla destroying a regular city. Like, you're like, okay, yeah. I mean, that's what that nigga do. He jumps out the ocean and he destroys shit. Like,
right.
Tell me when he do something different. Like, did he put the ocean out? Did he dig a Grand Canyon in the ocean or some shit? Did he fight a UFO? Like, give me some different shit, nigga.
Exactly.
But we got 2 more to go. Most humbled boxer of the year.
I mean, this one's kind of easy.
Yeah, you got some choices up here.
Yes, this is easy. I'll break the ice, obviously.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Teofimo Lopez and his father too.
Yep. There we go.
Yeah, that was. I mean, I didn't pick that one, but that was a good choice, though. I mean, P, didn't Teofimo still do his flip at off camera because you were there live?
Yes,
that's what I heard.
But you could tell afterwards, like that was all for show. And now let's look at him on Twitter, and he's like changed his whole fucking tune after all that shit. Like, he's humble like a motherfucker now.
Yeah.
See, my choice was Jose Ramirez because his reaction was so after the fight, like, dude was looking like a fucking Drake album cover, man. This nigga lights were out. Nigga was out there with his family. Like, dude looked like he was trying to set the mood, to like spit some depressing poem or some shit like that. Dude was like, I think he was like apologetic, and then he was a little bit in denial. Like, he was going through some shit in there. So it's like, and of course, that was his first loss and everything like that.
I mean, he lost to one of the best fighters in the world. Like, honestly, when I saw your answer, it confused me because I didn't really see how. I'm like, damn, Jose Ramirez looked humbled. He got humbled. Like, what did he do for? I'm to really think he's the most humbled boxer of the year.
It was just the way that he took that loss. It was just a little bit like, it was just. I don't know. I mean, keep in mind, this was it popped up way. He fought way before Teofimo, and his how he took it kind of left an example on me. on that.
Oh no, I feel you. You know, everybody different. We all feel different things. It just, like I said, it surprised me because I was like, oh shit.
Because it was either that or I would even say Broner too. Because Broner, for all of his, I mean, dude was actually a legitimate draw at one time, but now dude is either on Twitter fighting with Al Heyman because Al Heyman has him on the payment plan, or he's begging Eddie for a fight. Like, I mean, if that's not humble, I don't know what it is. And considering this nigga had a pay-per-view with Pacquiao and all types of shit like that, like, what the fuck is wrong? Like, that's just crazy to me.
Damn, mine seems obvious, but then since nobody else picked it, I'm trying to think like, damn, was it obvious? Josu Vargas.
That
I mean, he was humbled, but to me, there were other humblings that were more humbly deserving. But I guess.
But I mean, he was humbled hard, and then the whole his father threw him under the bus afterwards. You got niggas in the damn arena crying, and dudes consoling them, and they end up trying to jump Zepeda at the hotel. Like his fans are butthurt, like nigga, like. And it's like everybody kind of low-key knew he needed to be humbled, but when it came, no one knew it would be like this impactful, like this bad. Like, oh my god, like this was like over-the-top medicine. Like, like your parents giving you like castor oil or cod liver oil because you feeling a little bit. You're like, oh fuck. Mm-hmm. But they giving you 2 spoonfuls, not 1, 2. Like that's what he got.
Yeah, he did.
Like I don't know who else got humbled in a loss that bad, or like who else? Who? Tell me. Like,
well, P, what was your choice?
I picked Teofimo.
Oh, that's right, you did.
At least, and Teofimo at least gave us the damn fight of the year and got a knockdown out of it, and yeah, he was humbled. He definitely deserves to be on the list. I could understand someone having him as number 1 or 2 or whatever, but Josu Vargas, like nah, like his shit was bad. Like I didn't see worse than Tio's to me.
Yeah, I mean, look, especially because I mean, the whole crowd's like, I mean, yeah, when you have some random nigga crying on another nigga's shoulder like that, yeah, that's wild to me. And
it's associated with your fight, with your loss, and it was like a first round beatdown, like.
Yeah, dude got the It Man treatment in the corner.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you don't get no more humble than that. Like he never had a moment in the fight. At least Jose Ramirez, he made for a good fight. He actually took some rounds from Taylor and had momentum, and you know, he gave it a good go. You know, Teofimo, you know, he lost hard. You know, he had a late surge in the fight. You know, competitive, yada yada yada. Mm-hmm. Like even Wilder, I wasn't even think, like some people would say Wilder, but he's not even come up in my mind. Like,
yeah, now Wilder wasn't humble. Like, I mean, immediately after the fight, dude was.
He's still the same Wilder, and all the people who was complaining about him being a sore sport, he came out and he gave Tyson Fury his props. Ain't really much to say. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I ain't gonna shit on this man for no reason. Like,
right.
But Josu Vargas definitely, but last one,
best promoter platform of the year.
Yeah, best promoter platform of the year. Like who gave you the best fights or most competitive fights, or who left you most entertained?
I was thinking Showtime, but I went with Rematch Room DAZN.
Yeah, used car salesman Eddie was my choice.
Ooh.
I actually picked PBC on Showtime because I actually thought, because for the most part, like it was a really great improvement. Like I said, you know, one of my favorite cards was on there. It just seems like, you know, at least for a good you know streak, that they had some really good cards. Like, I mean, I think
PBC on Showtime as well.
Yeah, there wasn't a whole lot of duds. I mean, the worst card obviously was the fucking Rigo Casemiro card. Like that one was. Right. You know, but luckily I think that was an aberration on Showtime rather than the norm. So
I mean, got good fights on Showtime.
No, that was great. Showtime was great. Unfortunately, because the way I read it, I kind of tried to put them all together, and like PBC on Fox dragged down the quality of the PBC on Showtime, since they're both PBC. So, yeah.
Well, that makes sense. I could, I didn't even think to look at it like that. So I could get what you're saying on that.
See, I've always separated PBC, like, PBC on FS1, PBC on Fox, PBC. I've always
because once PBC on Fox, 2019 was the last year you could have really kept PBC Fox and Showtime PBC together, because they were still putting together quality fights. Because you had J-Rock and Hurd, and I think you had the Charlo fight, right?
Yeah, Charlo Harrison fights. Yeah.
Charlo Harrison fights, and I think you had Pascal, Lucas Brown, what was his name?
Marcus Brown.
Marcus Brown. Yeah, Marcus Brown. Then I think Pascal Badou Jack, that was the last year you got quality matchups on Fox.
The past year's been super trash though for them. For the most part.
Been super trash. So it's like it's been trash to the point where it's his own entity. Like,
yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's just
like you demoted the nigga. Like it's like the D League in a sense.
Yeah, and talk about too. Like Fox and Showtime really do operate differently, because for Showtime, for the most part, actually has some boxing people. For the most part, Fox puts anything and anything without rhyme and reason, and especially with the pay-per-views. I can't that Fox pisses me off for the most part for boxing, because it's like, it's a rarity to actually get a card with any thought on there, good fights or good matchmaking. And if anything is good, it's usually an accident. And I'm tired of actually accidents with Fox.
Yeah,
that's what they were consistent at. It was accidentally good or regularly bad.
Accident murderers.
Yeah,
it was more regularly bad than accidentally good.
Yeah.
It's like having a dumbass kid that he's kind of slow, but he be bringing home like B pluses, and you're like, damn, nigga, okay, like yeah. What you want to eat tonight? Like, what you want to do? Like, you was getting ready to cringe at that C minus. Oh man, but yeah, I picked PBC on Showtime as well. Like, it was the one platform where I think you got like the most biggest but consistent type of fights. After that, it's DAZN, Eddie Hearn and them. Cause that's like saying, cause DAZN, if you broke down DAZN, you could say Matchroom and then Golden Boy.
Right, yeah.
And shit, if that's the case, damn, Golden Boy was like one of the best things.
Right. Golden Boy, and let's say I want to go, but I think Golden Boy would probably be my next choice. But I just felt like Showtime just had too strong a year for me. I just couldn't ignore it.
Yeah.
But with DAZN, Matchroom, yeah, and even with DAZN, it's always Matchroom and Golden Boy. And like we've always said, like Golden Boy cards, like if you watch the Golden Boy card, you can watch it from top to bottom, even from the prelims to the main event.
And that's more often than the case than not. Whereas
Matchroom, that's not really the case.
And they be making so many fucking fights. These niggas be having like 8 fights. I be like, I don't want to see half these shits.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like sometimes, that's why Showtime PBC it be on point, because they'll give you a triple header, and it's like a solid triple header where you're like, it's 3 fights you want to see or you don't mind seeing. Where all these other people, they'll be so overwhelming with the fights, and it's like it'll be a bunch of names or prospect fights, and you're like, okay, it turns into like boxing homework.
Yeah.
Instead of just like here, hey nigga, here's some good fights. Here, there you go. Like,
right.
Yeah, I mean, shout out to Joshua O. He came through with the bonus topics, the bonus awards. Crunch time. There was not a clear standout prospect of the year, in my opinion. And the fuckery of the year was Oscar's commentary on Triller during the Amir Cunningham fight.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
This motherfucker is a goddamn.
I think prospect for me might have been my boy Keyshawn Davis, because he got the silver medal and he was like 4-0 this year.
Yeah,
I can see that. But yo, this dude is a fucking Ring Gang Radio fan, because he picked the perfect fuckery answer.
Yeah.
Where I don't even think we could even argue it. Like, it's up there with the fuckery where, like, can anybody off the top think of a more better fuckery answer than that.
Oh, that's a good one. I don't know.
Nope.
Like that's a swing and a hit like a motherfucker.
Good shit. Good shit.
Like God, you know he fucking listen to Ring Gang because that's honestly like an answer we would say.
Yeah, and with prospects, you know, I mean, obviously I would have probably picked like Brandon Lee or Xander Zayas, but probably more Brandon Lee because Brandon Lee looks like, you know, he's ready for a legit step up, like you know.
Yeah, he's kind of spoiling right now. I think me it would be Xander Zayas. I gotta pick the person that's down here training down here, repping Florida. So
of course.
Yeah, I got no problem with that answer. He's a monster.
Yeah, that's the good. Yeah, so we gotta make sure that we add prospect and fucker of the year for next year.
Round it off to make it 30. Should be 28. That's 30 right there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. So yeah, that was our award show. You know, like I said, overall 2021 was definitely an improvement of 2020. You know, and for the most part, it was entertaining. Well, the summer, while the summer, of course, was the most disappointing part of the year. You know, the fall more than made up for it. So we just hope now. I mean, I know
God
now.
God damn it! I was trying to give my prospect of the year, and then my mic wasn't working. I was gonna throw a curveball out there. A guy that really impressed me personally.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Let's hear it.
One. And I'm very high on him. One, Jesus Ramos.
Oh, yeah, that's
a good one. Yeah,
that's a good one.
He's definitely a threat.
Doesn't he have a step up fight coming up? Oh, he's on the Keith Thurman card, isn't he?
Yeah, I don't know if he's going to be on the main televised portion, but I know he's definitely going to be on the undercard.
He did Thurman the hardest fight on that whole card.
Yeah.
Is Morel still a
niggas
prospect?
Niggas are talking about Abel Ramos.
Do y'all think Morel's still a prospect?
I mean, I can't. He only has 5 fights.
He only has 5 fights. I was like, shit.
And he hasn't really beaten anyone. I mean, outside of the guy who beat Chavez Jr. I mean, but he's still, I mean, I don't count that bullshit belt he has. So I mean, he's still a prospect.
I mean, Jake Paul prospect of the year, really though.
Yeah. I try not to give Jake Paul too many props.
I mean, what prospect of the year got pay-per-views and selling out arenas and knocking former UFC champs out
and making Amanda Serrano a millionaire
and making other boxers that are better than him millionaires.
Shit, I said we probably could have picked Tommy Fury for missed opportunities too, because
Yeah, hell yeah, definitely up there.
Yeah. Tommy fucked up his bag, by training with his cousin. Because he was like, because his cousin or his half brother,
his brother and his dad.
Yeah.
How bad is it when when doing something with your family could fuck up your bag, and your family is like legends. Like, wow, just think about it. Like, do you honestly think, like, if someone said, like, yo, man, Pat, you got to get ready to fuck these niggas up, and your dad and your brother gave you a whole month to train with them, like, would you, like, literally think they could fuck that shit up for you? Like, honestly.
I actually wouldn't think that they could, but, like I said, those Furies, they're different people, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, like.
Yeah, wow. But yeah, missed opportunity. Yeah, he broke his ribs, missed opportunity, to prove himself, and now Jake Paul doesn't even want to even give him a fight anymore.
Yeah, not after that knockout, because now his career is back on the up and up. Right. And then if he makes Serrano Taylor, it's like as a hardcore boxing fan, you gotta respect him just off of that.
Exactly.
That's like back in the day when like music CEOs that you couldn't stand signed niggas that you thought were nice. So it's like you had to kind of like, damn, well, can't stand this nigga, but like he's signing on the dope dudes, like.
Right.
I hope now this nigga can put out an album because he signed with them, but
Right.
that's how that shit feel. Like whoever could give boots to them his first big fight to be like get mad respect.
Right, yeah, and yeah, Boots time is definitely coming, man. That's why I couldn't really fit him in anything on the list like that. I
Nah, you know, he's like bonus award material. That's like who has
future. I don't know, future champ. You know, I don't know
who's gonna be the who's gonna make the biggest move next year type shit.
Fact, yeah.
Would you put Boots?
Oh yeah, as long as you know,
as opposed to anyone else like Virgil Ortiz, Monster, Thurman, you know, Crawford, Golovkin. There's a whole bunch of people who could have a big year next year or 2022.
It all just depends how they move and who they're facing. And with him, obviously, it's like, you know, it's still up in the air. I mean, at least for to his credit, at least he's affiliated with Showtime. But it's just like we just don't know his trajectory just yet. It's not clear, other than beating up on, you know, on former champs or perennial contenders or whatever you want to call. But yeah, no, you know, like I said, you know, the awards at least show that there was plenty of quality in 2021, and as boxing fans, we definitely appreciate that. So
yeah, because we graded the year. Everybody pretty much agreed on a B. You know,
right? Yeah, you know,
so definitely, you know, it wasn't, you know, and we always go back to 2019 as a year that we could give as an A, so people could know the difference in quality, and it's easy to just tell you why. And if you're a real boxing fan, we shouldn't even have to explain it, you know, which we won't, you know.
Right, exactly. You know, but 2021 was one for the books, man, and like I said, not mad at it. So we just hope that 2022, you know, turns out to be even better. We hope it's better, you know, as we're waiting for all this, as we're waiting for the promotions to announce their slate of fights for the winter and springtime.
But we do for another good, like, real, like, A level year, because, you know, they don't come back to back. They usually come around every 3 or 4 years. So
right,
if you look at it, if you look at the average, 2019 was an A, 2020 was like a C plus, 2021 was a B.
Yeah, at least.
And we're due for another fucking A right now.
Right. So